In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, we're going to look at two things that tend to annoy experienced editors in PowerDirector. The first is, how do I load the program so it stops bringing these sample clips onto the screen? The second is, if I've opted to start with the full-featured editor, and I'd like to get back to the other screen, the other start screen that gives me more options, how can I set PowerDirector to do that? We're going to deal with these two features in this exercise. The first is, how do I stop PowerDirector from loading all these sample clips once I don't need them anymore? The way we do that is we go to the Settings menu, we click on the gear at the top, and then we choose the object that says Project. When I click on Project, the second box down says automatically load sample clips when PowerDirector opens. All I need to do is uncheck this box and click on OK. And then the next time I load PowerDirector, the sample clips will be gone. Again, I can go to that same gear and click on it again and go back to Project and check it if I want them to return. It's that simple. The other option that you might want to change from time to time is, how do I return to this start screen? If you check Always Enter Full-Featured Editor, you will never see this again. And yet you may have a situation where you or perhaps another family member wants to start with all these options. I want to set the aspect ratio myself. I want to maybe go into the Easy Editor. I want to go into the Theme Designer or the Slideshow Creator or the Express Project. And I don't want to always simply start with the full-featured editor. How can I make this screen be the first screen I see after I've checked this button? So I'm going to go into here, and I've turned it off so that this is the only screen I ever see when I start PowerDirector. What if I'd like that other screen that you just saw to be the first screen I see again? The way I get back there is I click on the gear at the top on my Settings menu again, and I then click down on the Confirmation tab, which is not very intuitive for me. And then if you look down about halfway through all these check boxes, we have one that says Always Enter the Full-Featured Editor at Startup. If I uncheck this box and then click on OK, the next time I start PowerDirector, it will not come into this screen. It will come into the screen you saw a moment ago. So I've closed the program and reopened it with that box unchecked, and now I am back to this particular screen. So if you don't always want to start out with a full-featured editor and want to use these other options as your startups in the program, this is how you can get back here after you've checked the button in the box near the bottom. We hope you find this short lesson helpful, because these are two things that frustrate some users when they want to turn off or on either of these options in PowerDirector.